There's 4 different versions of the Bicycle Neon Edition playing cards. There's pink, red, yellow, and green. All 4 of these are absolutely sick. Now when I say Neon Edition, what you don't know is the fact that these all glow under black light. It's not just the boxes, but also the cards as well. So let's take this regular light, turn it off, and get to the black light. And now that they're all glowing, let's get into the reviews of these 4 decks of cards. The front of all 4 decks say Bicycle Riderback Neon Edition. One side says the United States Playing Cards Company, and the other says Air Cushion Finish Made in the USA. The top says Limited Edition. The backs are basically going to be the back designs. The bottom of these decks have some ad copy for the United States Playing Cards Company, who printed the playing cards, and Card Addiction, who's the ones that produced them, and if you want to pick them up for yourselves, you can pick them up from Card Addiction in the description below. The large inner tuck flaps have some ad copy for the United States Playing Cards Company again, and say Stay Addicted. And there's nothing on the 2 small inner tuck flaps or the inside of the tuck box, so let's take a look at the cards that come inside. Now these 4 back designs are all stunning. This is the pink version. You can definitely see it glows, but it's definitely the least glowy of the 4. Then we go on to the red. You can definitely see that one glows quite a bit more. It's like a red-orange somewhere in between. The one that glows the most is the yellow. And then we go on to the green, which is my personal favorite. And these are going to be your standard back designs for bicycle playing cards. The only difference is the fact that 1, different colors, 2, there's a black background behind the colors instead of a white background, and 3, they glow in the dark. Now all of the remaining decks have stuff that's unique to each of them. So first of all, for the number cards, your spades and everything when it comes to the pips are going to be slightly reshaped, and they're going to have a slight little ring around them that is the pink ring. So again, this is the pink backs, and you're going to have a slight little ring that way that glows for each of the black cards. Except for once you get past the black cards and you get onto the regular cards, the red ones, which are now a glowing pink, they're going to be perfectly glowing on all of them all the way through. Now, placement's going to be the same, and for the most part, everything else is going to be like the values and everything. Then you get back onto the black cards, then on through to the hearts, which look like that. And the greatest thing about these is when you fan them, it looks like that, which looks super cool. Now, since you've already seen what the red ones look like, I'm just going to do a basic fan for each of the other 3 just so you can see what the color difference is. So when you see the black cards, they're going to look like this now when it comes to those, and the red cards are going to look like this. So it's definitely a bit more red all the way through, but still looks super stinking cool. Then the yellow ones are going to have the yellow border as well, and when you fan these, you get a ton of glow from those. Again, the yellow is definitely going to glow the most out of any of them. So you have that for yellow. Then your yellow number cards are going to look like this, have a ton of glow to them. Then back to black and back to yellow. Again, super cool. Probably my favorite when it comes to how much they glow. You've got to go with the yellow. But of course, my favorite color is green. So when it comes to the playing cards, green is going to be my favorite. Those look absolutely wicked. You have your spades. You get onto your diamonds. Super stinking cool. Then onto your clubs, and last but not least, your hearts. Such a stinking cool fan. Next, we're on to our 3 aces. These are the pink ones again, and they have all been enlarged. Again, the 2 red cards, which are now pink, have been enlarged and are completely pink. This one just has the pink border, but again, super happy they were all enlarged. I love it when card companies do this, when they actually separate the aces from the rest of the number cards. This is what I love. Now these are the 3 aces for the orange deck, the 3 aces for yellow, and the 3 aces for green. Now on to one of my favorite parts of all of these decks, which are the court cards, which have been completely customized all the way through. Look super sick. Like the fact that these are actually customized actually kind of surprised me. I was expecting just changing out the colors, making them pink or orange or yellow or green and making them glow in the dark. But the fact that they actually went through all this to customize each one of these makes me super happy. Then I'll just run through the rest of these rather quickly so you can still see them all, but at the same time, you're not going to have to go through and just like let me bore you to tears because of the fact that I'm going through all 4 decks. Now I will tell you that between the yellow and the orange, or the yellow and the green, between actually all 4 decks for the court cards themselves specifically, there are some subtle changes. So if you actually look on the hats, they'll be formed slightly differently. You can tell it's actually the same person on each of them, but there are definitely some differences. And if you're really looking through them, what you'll find is the fact that the green ones and the yellow are usually the ones that are pretty well the same, and then the orange and the pink are the same. So like even if you look at the Jack of Spades, you'll see that right here, there's a small spade pip on the top of his hat. And there's going to be the same thing on the yellow ones, but then if you look at the oranges or the pinks, that's not going to be there. It's actually kind of almost a completely different hat. It's very similar, but it is different. So make sure that you're looking out for that stuff because they put in a lot of really cool details within the court cards. Now on to your jokers. The first one is a female jester done in only black and white. And the second one is going to be your standard bicycle joker. This time it is glowing in pink. You're going to have the same first joker when it comes to the oranges, and the same second joker, except for this time, it glows orange. I'd bet you know what's coming with these two jokers. Same thing, just glows yellow. And for those of you who still haven't caught on, same thing, glows green. Now on to your ad card. At the top it says Cardist. On the sign next to the guy doing a card spring, it says reserved for card addicts, and he has a helmet on and next to a four-wheeler. The orange deck is going to be the same thing, but in black and white. For yellow, it's going to be black and white, but with a different guy in a different car. And for green, you'd expect that it would glow. It's actually in black and white as well, just the hat is different. At this point, I would normally say it's time for your neon pink edition bicycle playing cards, Ace of Spades. Except for this time, we're going to say it twice, because you don't just get the bicycle version, you also get the card addiction version. So you get two different Ace of Spades, and you can use either one in the deck. The one is your normal bicycle 808 Ace of Spades, while the other is an enlarged Ace of Spades that says Stay Addicted. The same thing is going to go for your yellow edition, and the same thing for green. Now all four decks that I've found have handled the same way, so let me show you how well they handle. First of all, Faro shuffle from bottom to top. Exactly every other, no issues there when it comes to bottom to top Faro shuffling, but as you know, some decks Faro differently from bottom to top and top to bottom because of the way that they're cut. But you'll see on this one, it Faro's every other from top to bottom as well, so no issues when it comes to any of these four decks on the Faro shuffle. But what about how this deck is actually going to handle in your hands? This deck is going to glide beautifully. The finish is amazing. No issues with that air cushion finish as you'd expect from a deck of bicycle playing cards. Now, again, because this one is also from Card Addiction and not just bicycle, this one's on the premium stock paper. So it is definitely going to be a thicker paper. It's going to feel a little bit more heavy in your hands. And when you're doing moves like the card spring or under pressure, you're definitely going to feel the fact that there is more there to it. So with that being said, there are some moves that are better for buttery moves like under pressure or the card spring. And I'm pretty sure I just saw one that was faced the other way. Oh no, that was a joker, that's why. And then there are other things that are like backdrop or ATM. These are more moves for snappy decks, whether it be that one right here and this one is ATM. So both of these moves are more for snappy decks. Now this deck right here is actually going to be a good mix of the two. So it's definitely malleable enough to where you can do moves that are more buttery, like under pressure. So again, this is what it looks like with the faces as well, so you can see both of those. Super stunning. But with that being said, you can clearly see that all of these different moves are going to be working super easily, and it's not really going to matter which moves you're going to be doing. If you're doing cardistry, clearly packet cuts and all of these moves are going to work great. If you're doing sleight of hand, let's see if this works. Let's see if I can pull off a diagonal palm shift or something. So put that in the middle of the deck, hand that to you, and of course I have it back here. But all of these moves, doesn't really matter what you're going to be doing. The other thing that might be a little bit difficult is something like a lapel spread, just because of the thickness of these cards. And I will warn you, they are definitely malleable. So if you end up doing something like under pressure, you'll probably find pretty quick that you end up getting some warping in the cards. Do a couple of card springs or a couple of riffle shuffles and you'll be able to get that out really quick, because nobody wants all their cards warping. But these cards are definitely malleable, so you'll be able to do just about any different move that you want with this deck of playing cards. And if you're wanting to pick up the green edition, now at this point you can pick up any of these different versions, or honestly you could pick up all of them if you wanted to. So that would include pink, you could include yellow, you could do another one which might be back to green, or even you could do it again and pick up the orange. So it doesn't really matter which one you're going to want to pick up, but at the end of the day, all of them are fantastic. I'd personally go green, yellow, orange, pink. That would be my order personally, but at the same time, I know I'm not everyone. So because of that, let me know which one of these four is your favorite down in the comments below. And if you are wanting to pick up any of these decks, you can click the link that's popping up on the screen right now, so you can check out the yellow, the green, or honestly just about anything else. And if you are wanting to pick up the green, yellow, orange, or pink decks, click on the link on the screen below or in the description below. That way you can pick them up for yourself. Make sure to subscribe for more deck reviews just like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is CPM, signing off. So make sure to subscribe for more deck reviews just like this one, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. This is CPM, signing off.